China's President Xi Jinping is likely to visit India soon. Yes, that's breaking news. And what is the reason? SCO, or the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. India is hosting the summit of the heads of SCO governments this year. The Chinese president will come to India in the month of July. And this is news because relations between India and China have been led by tensions on their line of control across the Himalayas from Ladakh to Arunachal Pradesh. You see, China is also suspicious about India's partnership in Quad, or the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. Beijing describes this as an Eastern NATO led by America to serve American interests in its confrontation with China. The SCO summit gives the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Xi Jinping an opportunity to meet directly. And what will they discuss? Will they lower the tensions in Ladakh? We will answer all of these questions for you over the next few minutes. Let's start with the SCO. Like most of you already know, SCO has a rotating chairmanship. And currently, this chairmanship is with India. Yes, both the G20 and the SCO. You see, it's quite a year for India. So, along with the various G20 meetings, India has also been hosting numerous G20 engagements. And earlier this month, for example, there was the tourism ministers meeting. In April, there will be the defense ministers meeting. In May, the foreign ministers meeting. And in July, you will have the meeting of the heads of states, or what is called the SCO summit, the grand finale. And who attends this? Leaders of the SCO countries: China, India, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, among other dialogue partners. And it is one of those summits that Xi Jinping cannot afford to miss. And why is that? Because this is an organization close to China's heart. You see, Beijing was one of the founding members of the SCO. It began as the Shanghai Five in the mid-1990s, before it was rebranded as the SCO by the year 2001. And China views the SCO as a means to play an active role in the Central Asian region, as a framework for economic cooperation, and a grouping that can exert influence much beyond its own region. And this time, China has invited Saudi Arabia to join as a dialogue partner as Xi Jinping attempts to challenge America's dominance over the Gulf and become the peacemaker between Saudi Arabia and Iran, which America could never be, largely because America never wanted peace between these powerful adversaries. And the interesting question is, how will China leverage its new muscle within the SCO, whose members include Pakistan and Iran? And on a parallel track, how will India and China use this opportunity to reset the ties? You see, the two might avoid any public confrontation over borders, but they cannot skirt the issue during their private dialogue. The official agenda of the SCO will concentrate on economic and security cooperation in the region. In fact, as the SCO chairman, India aims to focus on these key challenges: national security and economic cooperation, connectivity, trade, peace and stability on the frontiers, and environment. In fact, India will raise a difficult question. Have the Chinese reneged on their commitment to keep peace and stability on the disputed border? The evidence is there in Ladakh and across the line in the Himalayas. What will Xi Jinping have to say in his defense, or in the defense of the PLA troops who came charging towards India's soldiers in the Galwan Valley? This will be Xi Jinping's first visit to India since that clash. The last time he was here in India in the temple town of Mamallapuram for the second Modi-Xi informal summit, the relations between the two countries were very different. The meeting saw handshakes, walks in the Shore Temple, Coconut water breaks in the backdrop of the Pancharathas or the rock monuments. And a lot has happened since. The Galwan clash, a skirmish in Arunachal. And each of these times, the spotlight has been on China. And the question has been why Beijing has chosen to violate the commitment to peace and stability. Let me give you an example here. Recently, a top White House official said that some of the steps taken by Beijing along the India-China border have been quote-unquote provocative. And who was this White House official? Kurt Campbell. He is the Deputy Assistant to the US President, also the coordinator for the Indo-Pacific. You see, China is desperate, trying to scrub off its reputation of being aggressive, provocative, or hawkish. Like we have been telling you in the recent weeks, Xi Jinping is looking for a facelift. He has softened the aggressive nature of his foreign policy. Till recently, China took pride in calling its diplomats wolf warriors. That has stopped. Xi Jinping wants to look like a peacemaker. But to turn a hawk into a dove requires more than a magic mantra. It needs action that can be visible on the ground. Words and polite gestures alone will not do over issues like Ladakh. Instead, what will help is if the Chinese president took honest steps towards a resolution in Ladakh. And what better start than the SCO summit? And that, after all, is the big challenge before China's leader. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.